Spider-Man has appeared in many fantastic movies over the years, with each iteration bringing something unique to the table, from the original Sam Raimi trilogy to the most recent entries into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Here is a list of the top 10 Spider-Man movies. Before we get into the list, let's take a look at an honorable mention, The Amazing Spider-Man TV series, which was the first live-action Spider-Man work to be produced. It ran on CBS from 1977 to 1979. Nicholas Hammond portrayed Peter Parker Spider-Man. This was a campy version of the hero with ropes for webs. But hey, who's that guy crawling up that building? Now let's get on to our list. At number 10, Spider-Man 3 from 2007. Although Spider-Man 3 is often criticized for overloading the film with too many villains and subplots, there are still plenty of memorable moments in this movie. Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker struggles with his darker side after being influenced by the symbiote, which would later become Venom. While the film's tone may have been uneven, it still delivered emotional moments, particularly with the tragic character arc of Harry Osborn and the conflict with Sandman. It also has some iconic Spider-Man action scenes. This film received a tomato meter score of 63 and a popcorn meter score of 51 from Rotten Tomatoes. Number 9, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse from 2023. Across the Spider-Verse is a masterpiece in animation, blending various animation styles to give the universe a unique feel. The use of comic book-inspired techniques such as bold colors and sound effects and different textures elevates this visual experience. The Spider-Man and Spider-Women from other dimensions add depth, humor, and diversity to the movie, which each one having unique personalities and backstories. This diversity in characters and perspectives enriches the movie, making it feel global and timeless. The big downside was the cliffhanger at the end of the film and the long delay for part 3 of this series. The film received a tomato meter score of 95% and a popcorn meter score of 94%. Number 8, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 from 2014. While The Amazing Spider-Man 2 received mixed reviews, it still has many redeeming qualities, especially in its action sequence and character movements. The movie features a memorable portrayal of Jamie Foxx as Electro and brings in another classic villain in Green Goblin, played by Dane DeHaan. The film explores Peter's relationship with Gwen Stacy and the emotional impact of the story, particularly the tragic death of Gwen, a key moment from the comics, gives the film the emotional weight. This film received a tomato score of 50% and a popcorn meter score of 64%. Number 7, Spider-Man Homecoming from 2017. Homecoming introduces Tom Holland's Spider-Man to the Marvel Cinematic Universe in a more youthful, fun, and relatable way. The film focuses on Peter Parker balancing high school life with superhero responsibilities. Michael Keaton's Vulture is a standout villain, and the movie does a great job of showing Peter's growth as a hero. It has a lighter tone compared to some of the more serious Spider-Man films, but still managed to deliver strong character development, humor, and emotional moments. The film received a tomato meter score of 92% and a popcorn meter score of 87%. Number 6, Spider-Man Far From Home from 2019. Far From Home is a follow-up to the Avengers Endgame and sees Peter Parker navigating life after the events of the Infinity Saga. Peter goes on a high school trip to Europe only to face off against Mysterio, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, who presents a major challenge to Spider-Man both physically and emotionally. The movie delves into Peter's struggle with the loss of Tony Stark, Iron Man, and his desire to live up to the legacy of his mentor. The visual effects, and especially Mysterio's illusions, are spectacular, and the film delivers a strong emotional punch. The film received a tomato meter score of 91% and a popcorn meter score of 95%. Number 5, The Amazing Spider-Man from 2012. Directed by Mark Webb, The Amazing Spider-Man offers a darker and more grounded take on Spider-Man's origin story compared to the Sam Raimi version. Andrew Garfield's portrayal of Peter Parker is more modern and rebellious, and Emma Stone's Gwen Stacy adds a compelling romantic element to the story. The film focuses on Peter's quest to uncover the mystery behind his parents' disappearance while battling the Lizard. While it doesn't quite match the success of the Raimi films, it brought a fresh take on the character and laid the foundation for the sequel. The film received a tomato meter score of 71% and a popcorn meter score of 77%. Number 4, Spider-Man from 2002. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man was the film that launched the modern superhero movie era. Tobey Maguire's performance as Peter Parker set the standard for superhero origin stories. The film focuses on Peter's transformation into Spider-Man, dealing with the loss of his Uncle Ben, and his battle with the Green Goblin, played by William Dafoe. The movie was a massive success and introduced audiences to a modern superhero genre, combining fun action, emotional depth, and a faithful adaptation of Spider-Man's comic origins. The film received a tomato meter score of 90% and a popcorn meter score of 67%. Number 3, Spider-Man No Way Home from 2021. No Way Home is a groundbreaking film in the MCU, not just for the multiversal concept, but for the return of previous Spider-Man actors. Tom Holland's Peter Parker seeks help from Doctor Strange, which leads to a collision of realities, bringing back Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. The film perfectly blends nostalgia, emotional storytelling, and epic action. The villains from previous Spider-Man films, including William Dafoe's Green Goblin and Jamie Foxx's Electro, return to wreak havoc, and the emotional stakes are incredibly high, culminating in one of the most memorable Spider-Man endings. This film received a tomato meter score of 93% and a popcorn meter score of 97%. Number 2, Spider-Man 2 from 2004. Directed by Sam Raimi, Spider-Man 2 is often considered one of the best superhero films of all time. Tobey Maguire returns as Spider-Man Peter Parker, and Alfred Molina's portrayal of Dr. Octopus is widely regarded as one of the best comic book movie villains. The movie focuses on Peter's internal struggle with his dual identity and the consequences of being Spider-Man. The action is spectacular and the emotional stakes are high, making this a perfect balance of superhero action and character depth. The film received a tomato meter score of 93% and a popcorn meter score of 82%. And our number 1 film on the top 10 Spider-Man movies, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse from 2018. Into the Spider-Verse is widely regarded as one of the best Spider-Man movies and arguably one of the best animated movies ever. The movie introduces Miles Morales as the main Spider-Man and explores the multiverse, bringing together different versions of Spider-Man from alternate dimensions, including Peter B. Parker, Spider-Gwen, and Spider-Man 2099. The groundbreaking anime style and emotional depth, humor, and action-packed sequence make this film an instant classic. It also won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature, cementing its place in the genre as a game-changer in superhero cinema. The film received a tomato meter score of 97% and a popcorn meter score of 94%. So that is our list of the top 10 best Spider-Man films. These movies represent the very best of Spider-Man in cinema, from the groundbreaking animation style to the emotional depth and multiverse adventures. Whether you're a fan of Sam Raimi trilogy, the MCU take on Spider-Man, or the animated classic, these films have shaped the character of Spider-Man on the big screen. So let me know. Let me know down in the comments which of these is your favorite. I don't think we missed anything, but is there anything that I missed that should have been included in this list? Love to hear what you think. But thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next video.